break something? No, I think I'm good. Okay. Hi everyone. Today I am going to be reviewing the film Zero Dark 30. The film is a dramatization of events that led to the military raid on Osama bin Laden's hideout and his subsequent death. In the beginning of the film, you have the CIA intelligence officer. His name's Dan, and he has this whole method of interrogation.
Where was the last time you saw bin Laden? Where was the last time you saw bin Laden, huh? You know, when you lie to me, I hurt you.
The subject that he's interrogating at the time, it's Ammar al-Baluchi. They were waterboarding him, they were stuffing him in a box, they were ripping down his pants and exposing him, and so yeah, I mean, a lot of senators, they're a little bit salty. They say it's not an accurate depiction of enhanced interrogation techniques, and I get that, that's cool. But focusing on the morality of enhanced interrogation, mainly waterboarding, focusing on that, I think, is missing the point entirely of this film. Maybe some people think that it's irresponsible to not touch on it, but I don't think that they really gave a shit about the morality of waterboarding. I think she was just trying to show, this is waterboarding, this is what happens. It did happen, especially during the Bush administration, at CIA black sites, blah, 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 whatever. Mark Bull and Catherine Bigelow were focused on showing the evolution of interrogation techniques from the Bush administration to the Obama administration. That's what you should be focusing on. That is what they're trying to do. Okay, so in 2008, Dan is reassigned and makes a suggestion to Maya about leaving Pakistan too due to the change in administration. Maya's like, well, that's not going to help me get bin Laden, so I'm staying here. But nonetheless, Dan, he just kind of has had enough of this exerting violence on people. He literally said, I've seen too many dudes naked. Okay, take a step back, that's fine. Later in the film, Maya calls Dan. She's like, hey buddy, I need a favor. I need the phone number of Abu Ahmed. I need his mommy's number. So Dan, he meets up with the Kuwaiti prince, and using CIA funds, he's like, hey buddy, you want a new Lambo? I'll get you a new Lambo in exchange for some information. Bull and Bigelow are using Dan's story arc to show the contrast in administrative methodology. That's it. That's the reason for it. In the beginning, he would have beat the shit out of him. He would have resorted to physical violence. Now, he's doing a mutually beneficial exchange. That's how you get important information. I would argue that that's the most important piece of information that they get. So I don't understand how anyone can say that this is supporting enhanced interrogation. Like, I think that person's full of shit. Anyway, the other complaint is that there was a lack in character development, and Maya is our lead protagonist. I don't understand this, because Maya especially was intended to be a composite character, meaning a multitude of CIA officers on the case. And the other thing is, CIA agents construct identities defined by work. Who they are outside of that, and what happened in their background, is of very little consequence, and therefore unnecessary to the plot. But even despite this apparent lack of background, I don't think you can definitively say that she has no character progression. She has a lot of character progression. She starts out tentative and young. She gradually learns how to operate within the system. At first, I think she's just trying to do her job, and do her job efficiently, and she's good at it. She's damn good at it. But when we start to see, I think, the real her is when she loses Jessica. Maya's fellow CIA colleague and officer, Jessica, is what ties her into the larger narrative. If you think about the Islamabad Marriott bombing scene, they're just sitting down, they're chatting, enjoying a nice meal.
You got any friends?
We find out that Maya doesn't have a lot of friends. Any friends, really. The explosion happens, and suddenly the danger becomes real for Maya and for us, the viewer. In addition, the shared trauma of the explosion, surviving that, bonded Jessica and Maya in friendship. Now Maya has a friend, and that's great. The only problem is that Jessica will die a year later. And the audience is supposed to feel really sad for Maya, I think. Notice how she didn't cry. She didn't cry when her best friend died. I suspect that Maya doesn't cry because she is trying to be strong. She's waiting to cry until she finds Osama bin Laden. She kind of focuses then. It wasn't just, she's not just a CIA officer. This isn't just a job anymore. This is personal now.
I'm gonna smoke everybody involved in this up. And then I'm gonna kill bin Laden.
And people want to say that's not character progress. I mean, just because we don't know who she was before this, I don't think that matters as much. We see her now, and we see her progress through the film. He is capable of making very elaborate sounding scores, but in this film, he has a very minimalist approach. The bass is pretty much all there is. It's very low and it's barely there. It's barely there. It's like a heartbeat almost. It kind of moves you a little bit, but it doesn't want to overtake the dialogue and doesn't want to distract you from the imagery. Minimal, but effective. The most effective that you could make it. And also as is kind of the purpose of the score, it complements kind of the subterfuge of the plot. Take it for what it is. So, what do I think? What's the final verdict here? Filming, the last 30-20 minutes are pretty excellent. When the SEALs are on the ground and they're ready to go in and take out UBL, filming in very little to no artificial light. The other thing I really enjoyed was the night vision goggle filter thing that they used. I'm not sure if it was a filter or if it was a...
Geronimo.
No background music. It was so suspenseful.
Geronimo.
I was literally hanging there on eternity, it felt like. I was there. I was hanging there. I think the takeaway here is that a film made about biographical events is not a documentary. It's an interpretation of events. It's crunching 10 years of events into a little under 3 hours. They tried, and they did a pretty good job. Yeah. Most of the politicians and journalists who condemn the film don't actually know anything about cinematic art. Surprise. I found most of the criticism unwarranted. So, my final score, I would probably give it a 3.4, or a 3.5. It's what, a B plus, an A minus, almost? Something like that. Anyway, for more film reviews, go check out moviesbasedonsomething.wordpress.com.